Hello and welcome to Video at Scale 2023. I am excited to be here and kick things off today because I love video and technology, but more because I am a big believer in the At Scale series that brings together technologists from across industries. We share and we work through tough product, infra, reliability, and scale challenges. I'm Michael Martinez, and I lead the video infrastructure teams that support video experiences across Meta's family of products. And I am a longtime video nerd. Don't believe me? My journey started in video with tape-to-tape editing and big cameras. It was expensive and time-consuming to make and distribute quality content at that time. But after finishing school, I spent even more of my career building large-scale infrastructure and platforms to help ingest, process, deliver, and syndicate content globally. We did this over fiber, satellite, and wireless networks at this time. The software and the dedicated global infra required significant capital investments and often reserved only for the largest publishers and media companies. The next part of my 20-plus year career in video started when I joined Meta in 2016. It was in the early stages of what we now know as the explosion of social video adoption as people and businesses shifted from sharing pictures to video. The first At Scale event I attended was in 2017. It was Video at Scale hosted in the Bay Area. That year, Meta had several talks covering the early challenges that they had been overcoming in the social live broadcasting space. We also heard from many other companies talking about the approach to keeping up with the bandwidth needs to support the ever-growing amount of content that was shifting online as a result of media and publishing companies creating standalone offerings. Now, fast forward to today. Video is absolutely everywhere. And the current preferred format, short form video, no surprise to all of us, Reels, TikToks, YouTube Shorts. Thanks to this bite-sized format, we are seeing new content creators, new content genres, new tools, and all of which is paired with AI-powered recommendations, linking us to discover new content, and ultimately is contributing to video being over 80% of the web traffic this year. Unbelievable. There is a lot at stake for these companies to get it right. Watching video is over half the time spent on Facebook and Instagram. 91% of businesses use video in their marketing, and we watch over 17 hours of video per week. People are 50% more likely to share video than any other type of content. I think in 2023 it is becoming clear as video products leverage AI, discovery, tools, and infra, that there's a flywheel emerging. Together, creators and viewers have a seamless product experience. And whether it's live events, shopping, gaming, movies, episodic content, or one of the many other content categories, there's something for everyone. This year, for me, as an example, edutainment content is my go-to. I am a DIYer, and I will use my own consumption habits from the year and the edutainment category to illustrate how important, powerful, and ultimately valuable connecting all the components together are for making a great experience. I am enjoying working on home projects, and like many, spend a lot of my time consuming content throughout my day and my week. Now, in the past, the intersection of these two interests, well, it crossed paths when I would put on HGTV in the living room and I'd watch the show and see rooms or houses transformed. The content was entertaining and often inspiring. However, I typically only watched it in the living room. And there was a big gap in the instructions that I needed to be successful in taking the inspiration from inspiration to reality. And when taking that to reality, I often had to turn to the internet to fill the gap in step-by-step instructions I needed to, because the TV show didn't have all of the steps and frankly wasn't accessible where the project was going on. This year, something wonderful happened for me. I opened up Facebook to catch up on my news feeds, who my friends and family are up to, caught up on a reel, and was being entertained. And shortly after selecting and watching a few reels, bam, the recommendation system kicked in, showing me just what I wanted to see. Stand-up comedy content. It made me laugh and it entertained me, but more so the educational content contractors were making helped me with my DIY project that I had just started. But even better, this bite-sized format enabled me to watch nearly anything, regardless of how much time I had. The comedy clips were made from long format shows. I may not have otherwise seen them. And The educational content from the contractor was broken down into short videos that show each of the steps I needed to be successful in my project. Now, I think this can be characterized as a win-win-win. Content catalogs for the comic get new life as clips and may even build more of a following for that comic. The contractor with the educational videos can expand his brand while capturing himself doing a job he is already paid to do. The contractor is able to make compelling content thanks to the easy tools that are likely built into the app where he discovered content and is ultimately distributing. And he can build an audience thanks to the AI-powered recommendations that are able to connect people like me that have an interest and maybe even a problem to the content. The contractor is probably also excited and fulfilled because his work that normally isn't seen is now being highlighted. And maybe he also likes knowing and getting some satisfaction out of helping someone like me. As a viewer, I'm happy because I'm getting value out of the edutainment content the contractor is creating. But the next step, I think that this is the magic because ads are being served. And again, because of the power of AI ads, they're smartly placed in the content and they're connected to what I'm consuming. I think all DIYers would admit that a well-placed ad for a local contractor, when you realize you aren't as handy and maybe in over your head, can really save a project. But more so, the ads. The contractor can participate in monetizing the content and now create a new revenue stream while not needing to take on any huge risks or even change jobs. And the cycle continues. When I am inspired from the content that I watched, and I post my own reel showing off the progress of my project and ultimately the completion after I call the contractor from the ad that I saw. Let's just say I'm hopeful that my creator journey will have more success than my short-lived tile career. Now, my journey in content this year is really to frame that there is a perfect overlay with the flywheel that I mentioned earlier. But more than that, I want to show and have you all imagine the voice that we can give to niche communities, entertainers, and enabling learning, and so much more. Of course, the content still remains king, but the tools, the infrastructure, they're all playing together to level the playing field. The content business isn't just for big companies with deep pockets anymore. It's now for everyone. As a further example, platforms like Instagram and Facebook offer free tools within the app to help make better, more compelling content for people. This is critical to helping folks create, publish, and generate more reach, and also maybe build a following. We still, of course, have APIs for professionals and creators and publishers and third parties. We want them to have an endpoint too, because their complex workflows also need a place. But under the hood, I think this is interesting. The UIs and the APIs, there's complex services, some of which we'll hear about today, but those complex software and infra powering video products allow real-time ingestion, job scheduling, processing, delivery around the world, all while simultaneously sending signal to ranking and integrity system. That allows people like us to come into an experience and get a compelling lineup of content. It meets my demand based on my time of day, interests, and so much more. The creator, the tools, and AI matching content and ads to people is amazingly powerful. But maintaining scale reliably billions of times a day to tie it all together is what keeps me passionate about the video infrastructure space and why the past 7 years at Meta have been some of the most exciting and fulfilling part of my career. Because the Meta video teams and really this community have been building product, software, and infra to enable anyone around the world to tell their story. This has leveled the playing field for who can create and share any format of video. Okay, we are not done. The future for all of us here today, it's bright. It's bright thanks to the challenges and exciting innovation ahead. Video, as mentioned earlier, is consuming over 80% of the world's internet traffic. And we need to continue to deliver high quality user experiences while thinking about the bandwidth. We need to save bandwidth. We need to reduce infrastructure costs for the network operator, for the creators, and the viewers. We can do it in a magnitude of ways, codecs, devices, hardware, but we also need to evolve video monetization beyond traditional advertising. We need to do this with updated subscription models, pay-per-view, merchandise sales, interactivity, and even virtual goods with inside the videos and live stream. We talked about short form video. As of late, we've really only been experimenting with the formats. We need to work on the capture devices as well. And we need to do this because our hands are full. Meta Ray-Ban Stories will help creators stay hands-free while giving an even better perspective to the viewer. Okay, of course, I can't leave out Gen AI because it holds the promise of enhanced realism, increased personalization, AI-driven video editing, accessibility improvements, cross-industry content generation, and AI-driven storytelling. Now, I could keep going on and on, but I am standing in the way of a fantastic lineup of speakers and presenters. From Meta, we'll hear about their ever-evolving infrastructure to support video. From Google, we'll hear about RTMP enhancements and more. So I want to leave you with this. The video and social video landscape in 2023, it can be characterized by brevity, personalization, immersion, and commitment to making a positive impact on society. As content creators, brands, viewers, and engineers, we're part of an ever-evolving ecosystem where authenticity and engagement are paramount. To succeed in this dynamic landscape, remember, adapt to trends, move fast with flexibility, and most importantly, remember that reliability with seamless scale is the #1 feature people expect. Your ability to connect people and publishers in an authentic and meaningful way will be the driving force behind your work in the video space and ultimately the expansion of the video industry. Thank you. I wish you all an incredible year of innovation and creativity in the world of video.